Welcome to... Wait, is it live? Yeah, it is. Welcome to Beat the Drop. Let's get into it. And we've got some new toys to play with. The rest of the guys will be here shortly. As always, Jace has to make a grand entrance, as does Lee Chappie. But guys, how are you doing? It's been a week or two since we last met on the previous episode. I think the easiest way to start, boys, is hands up if you've had a win in the Premier League yet. Oh, welcome to the club, Mike. Welcome to the club.
Up the toughies!
I'm not seeing too much going on. Well, firstly, should we start by introducing our new toy to play with, Jimmy? Jimmy, let the chat know who you are, who you support, and how you're doing, bud.
Evening all. Thank you for the invite. I think my name's Jimmy from the Blades Ramble YouTube channel, and I am a loyal, devoted supporter, come what may, of Sheffield United. And I can't believe I'm here after a result like yesterday. So, wow. Thanks for the invite, lads. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for whatever you've got to throw at me.
I've got to say, mate, big shout out to you. Big shout out to you after what you took yesterday, and a big shout out to EFC 100 becoming a member on Mikey's channel. So congratulations, Mike. You're getting paid tonight, mate.
Thank you. Yeah, to be honest, I've only I used to have the memberships, but then I cancelled it, and then I've decided that with the inflation coming back down, that memberships can go back up. So anyone who's watching the channel tonight, guys, massive shout out if you join the memberships. There will be some exclusive content for you over on Blue Boys Network. There's your little throw in there.
And let's just start with a massive thank you from all of us at Beat the Drop, because you guys got this podcast nominated for Best Premier League Podcast in the Premier League. And we couldn't believe it. So thank you so much. So we are now finalists in the podcast. Please do take a second to go and just vote for us in the final. If you do !vote in the chat, the link will also be in the comments and in the description. If you go over to FCA, if you go to Best Podcasts, select Premier League, and then Beat the Drop. Sorry, it's come under Forest Fan TV, but it should be Beat the Drop because that's what we're nominated for. Click on that, and hopefully we might have a shot of it. You never know. And I believe we've got another nominee in our midst here. We got Jimmy as well. So, guys, I know he's a Sheffield United fan, but
come on,
for
guys.
Best Newcomer, I believe it is Jimmy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, best new content creator. So I'm up for 2 awards by the sound of it. So I'm very proud to be up for this award. I feel like my contribution has been significant. So thank you to everybody for voting for us as a group. And I'd also invite you to vote for the Blades Ramble as the best new content creator. Unbelievable, really. I don't know how we've done it. We've only been going a year, obviously. That's why we're in the category we're in. But yeah, just amazing support. Thank you to everybody. And I'll take any stick you like tonight if you want to vote for me. So there you go. That's the deal I'm offering on the table. So yeah, thanks.
We were equally surprised that we weren't voted in best newcomers.
Oh, speak for yourself. But chat, you've been asking for a Sheffield United guy, so give him hell in the comments. But the other hand I saw that was raised, and don't worry, we'll come to the 8-0. But I can't let Statman John go unnoticed because he claimed best transfer window. Boys, did he not? Did he not claim one of the best transfer windows that they've had? One of the best, yeah. And you
gave it, to be fair, Wolvie, you gave us best transfer. You voted for us as best transfer window.
You do know everyone calls me Jing Serene, yeah? You do know that.
No,
you know, I told Chappie that Leicester would stay up last season, yeah? So I wouldn't get too excited, mate. I'd be more worried, if anything. But what's happened, John, mate? What's happened? I honestly, hand on heart, as much as I can't stand your club, I thought you had a good transfer window. The team was looking good, but you can't buy a win. You couldn't even beat Chelsea, mate.
No, we got a point, so we'll take that. Admittedly, yes, obviously, you went to them and you managed to pick out a win at Stamford Bridge. So I was waiting for you to rebuff any possible points about positives that could come away from that Chelsea win. But from that Chelsea point, rather. But yeah, just a tough schedule. Just a tough start to the season. We've played we'll play Arsenal next week, so we'll have played every team from 2nd to 6th in the table that's currently there, and then Brentford, or 2nd to 5th rather, and then Brentford and Chelsea. So that's the one we should have definitely got something from. But
wait. So, stop, Joe. What's the 2nd to 5th stat, boys? Have you ever heard of anything like that?
It's top end at league, lads. You might not have heard of it, but it's higher up in Prem. You know, higher than 10th. That's where it is. That's where he's talking about.
Wait,
sorry,
you mean like
fixed.
Manchester City away, Chelsea away, Man United away, and Liverpool away? You mean like that? Like our schedule?
Well, I mean, you played Man United away, so you did have an easier game on that one as well. But to be honest, the thing I'm most surprised at is we haven't got a Chelsea fan on this yet, because they can't even get a point against. If they have to scrape a draw against us, and they're losing to you guys, lowest scorers in the calendar year in the Prem. I think we definitely need to get a Chelsea fan on this show at some point soon. But like up until once we play Arsenal, then we get to play Everton away at the start of October, and then we get Wolves and Burnley as the other games. So those are the games that if we don't start picking up points on there, then I'm going to start panicking. But at the moment, I've got no worries at all.
But is he coming under any kind of pressure, your new boy? Because he's been backed heavily, mate. You literally sacked Gary O'Neill, like on purpose. I know you can't do it accidentally, but it's like, what's going on? What's going on? There's gotta be a little pressure
by accident. Well, to be fair, if you watch Gary O'Neill, he's clearly cursed. So it's a good thing we got away from him, because my God, the penalty and red card that was against them, this against Luton. I'm not sure. Just for the fact that I don't think Gary O'Neill will ever get a penalty in the Premier League as a manager. It's a good thing we moved him on. But no, it's been, fans are really happy with the improvement in terms of general play. We were the better team for the first 45 minutes against Brighton, and we were very unlucky to concede the first goal, made a big mistake for the second, and then the third was, could have done better in, but in the end, Brighton just turned it on, and Mitoma is difficult to stop when he's in full flow. So, yeah, there's really not much worry from Bournemouth fans at all. We're roughly where I think a lot of us expected to be. I think 3 points from the first 6 games isn't great, but you look at who we played, not really worried at all. Ask me again in 3 weeks, and then I might change my mind and start getting worried.
Will be all right. Yeah,
international break. Mikey, I want to come to you, but I'm waiting for Chappie, because I think we got to talk about the whole what happened Southampton and Leicester game, right? But let's say hi to the man who sports potentially the most boring team on this panel right now. Rich, how you doing, bro?
How crap were we on Saturday? Oh my days. The funny thing is, Fulham were just as bad. They just created better chances. What? Match of the day should have just said, sack it. There was just no point on the game whatsoever. And what doesn't help, we are just littered with more injuries. So yeah, United twice this week, then Forest. Ah, boy, we're in big boy.
Oh, you got United back to back, haven't you? Are you getting worried, Rich? Are you getting worried?
Rich, this is not you.
No, I'm not worried. It's just I'm just frustrated because, like I said, when we had the stream straight after the transfer window, I said we didn't do enough. We didn't do enough, and now it's literally coming to bite us on the backside. I generally think once everyone's fit, we'll be fine. But thank God there's some terrible teams below us, because my goodness me.
Hi, Jimmy. Rich meet Jimmy, Sheffield United fan. Jimmy meet Rich.
Rich, is Roy verting to type?
I think he's got no choice but to right now, because when we did have the players, you saw we were a lot more expensive attacking. I mean, we've still got Francis to come back, Elise to come back, Edouard's now injured. So the only attacking outlet is Eze. What can we do? Yeah. I mean, Rich, if you want an analysis of the game, so I don't have to say anything more about Palace. Crap game, crap teams, boring draw, refs crap. That's all I can say.
Is Roy still alive? What happened with him? It wasn't
He
he
don't
like
look well,
about
does
to
he?
die or something.
He does
You'd
not
send him
look
to the
well.
pearly gates. Sorry, Jimmy?
He's all well. He just had a bit of a flu. But at that age, you got to be careful. You know.
Were you getting a little excited? Did you think you might be getting a new manager? Mate? What was going on?
No, not at all. I wouldn't wish death upon anybody.
You know, we're joking. You know, you're the one who
I
told
know
us he was
you are.
going upstairs last season, mate. That's what you told us.
Well, not up. I mean, yeah, hopefully, like next to Parish, but not not literally upstairs.
What have I done here? What have I done?
No, we love you really, Roy. Stay safe. Keep Palace boring. I think everyone's happy with that. All right.
We're still 10th. We're still 10th, so I'm happy.
Yeah,
It's your
you've
natural
done nothing,
state.
though. You've been so boring, man.
No, but look at our squad. We're missing so much talent at the moment. We're literally having to.
Will they still be missing when you play us, Rich?
I think so. I don't think they'll be back until after the international break.
Crimea River, Rich. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
I wish they were unavailable for us. For now.
I mean, you lot, actually, you know, we're bad at against us, to be fair.
We weren't ready for
you.
you.
Played
We weren't
United.
ready. Again?
No,
It was the first
got
game,
them
wasn't it?
tomorrow in the Carabao Cup, then Saturday in the league.
No, Sheffield United.
Cool.
Yeah, it means the real.
Oh yeah,
United,
we played.
the original
Yeah,
one.
sorry, my bad. Yeah, played them first game of the season.
Yeah,
How
we were
good or
awful.
shit did you think they were, Rich?
I mean, after their initial first 5 minutes where the crowd was all pumped and stuff, yeah, they didn't do anything. I was annoyed we didn't score 3 or 4 in that.
Oh, well, sorry to disappoint, but we had Ben Osborne in our starting lineup. What can I say?
Hey, don't you talk about Aussie, mate.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. I'll go there. Just we weren't ready for the start of the season. That's all I'll say. No Cameron Archer, no Gus Hamer. We're a different outfit now. Just ask
to be fair, two good signings. 2 good signings.
2 very good signings. Yeah, shame about the other 9, really. But yeah, I'll go with that.
Jimmy, were you disappointed to lose Sander Berge or Berg or whatever his name is?
I wasn't personally. A lot of the fans were. I wasn't. I think he's a luxury player. I think he's got a lot of ability. I'll give him that. I think he's a good player on his day, but he's so inconsistent. He's not one to roll up his sleeves and do the business. So I think we've sold Burnley a pup, if I'm honest. And you know, I hope he goes down with them. That's just my piece.
Yeah, he's not in their first team to start with, is he? I've seen him come on.
No, they've dropped him already. So there you go.
Chappie, what the fuck are you doing?
He's not wrong, though.
All the Enzo way.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Well, they ought to. That division is
I didn't
awful.
even know it was occurring.
Chappie, you're on mute, you idiot. You're on mute. That whole time you've been on mute. That makes it even more satisfying.
This time, then you probably had music on with it, so we might get a chance not to be demonetized.
Yeah, we're good, mate. We're good.
Somebody's put not the Vardy regen.
How we
Chappie,
doing?
do you and your Mike need a moment about like what was the scoreline?
I think
know
there's some.
You gone on mute again, you idiot. You have. You just muted yourself on StreamYard.
Smooth as anything.
That dramatic entrance. He set himself up and he messed it all up. What an idiot. You can tell he belongs to the
Chappie, why are you
championship.
on mute?
Just sort yourself out. I don't know why you're on mute, Chappie.
Oh, he's gone.
And he's gone. All right,
Let's
carry on.
That
with
is
the Premier League
exactly
talk.
the reason. That kind of
I'm
quality
still here.
is exactly
I'm still
why
here.
we are up for an award.
Exactly.
Now we
Wait,
can
you're
hear
still
him, but
here?
can't see him.
I'm still here. I've got issues.
Well, we know
Just
that.
And
the
what's
one,
happening
mate.
with your stream?
All right, we'll come back to Chappie and Mike in a second because I really want to know about that game. Let's get to
I didn't
Everton,
even
Mike.
know it
And
was
I am
happening.
so curious to know what kind of mood you're in because I've been watching your videos like a hawk. And to be honest, I've not been impressed with your content the last couple of days, mate. It's not to its usual depressing standards. Has that game that you fluked completely changed everything now, or are you not going to be that deluded? But you played well, I'll give you that. Where did it come from?
I don't know, to be honest, because in the watch along I said that I wanted to see 4-4-2, and I wanted to see more impetus in the wingers and playing two up front and holding the ball better. And then in the end, he didn't do any of that and just seemed to get it right. So, look, everyone can have a lucky game. I've never quite been Dyche out, but I'm also not Dyche in, if I'm being honest. So let's just see how we get on over the next 3 games. We've got 3 games that are challenging. You are back, Chapper. You are back in the room.
Is everything? Can you guys actually fucking hear me or not?
In the Premier League.
I'm going to punch the screen.
You are back in the room and the Championship. That's it.
Wow. I just got the entail. That's something about being in the Championship. We are top of the Championship, though, if that's anything to go on.
Absolutely counts, mate. Counts. So look, it was positive. It was positive, but we need to kick on. We've got Villa away. We've got Villa away in the Carabao Cup Wednesday, and then we've got 2 home games, one against Luton that, let's be honest, I hope we win, and one against Bournemouth, another game that I expect Everton to win. So
really?
we will see after that. We've got some tough games after that.
International break.
And then it's international break, and then we got West Ham away.
John, are you targeting Everton as your 3 points? Is it home or away? Who's at home for that one?
It's at Goodison. It's at Goodison. We don't have the best record at Goodison, to be fair. And obviously we lost final game of the season to keep them up. It's the first game in our list of the first 10 fixtures. This was the first game I targeted as a win against Everton. It will be one I would probably take a draw from, but it's the first game that I'm looking at and going, that's one where this team can definitely win that game. It's going to be a lot tougher. It's going to be tougher than I expected at the start of the season, because Everton have been doing better than their results suggest, and then they do pull out a good performance against Brentford and get a good 3-1 victory. But yeah, it's, when you consider the teams that we've played against so far, Everton is the furthest one down, apart from maybe Chelsea, that you're going, okay, now team needs to try and get a win here. But it's still going to be a tough game regardless.
You're actually worried about Everton, John? I didn't think you were that scared, mate.
Pussy.
Mike has been suicide watch, man.
I wouldn't be scared of Everton. But it's just, if you go to a ground you don't have a good record against, then you kind of do have just a few second thoughts about can we necessarily do it there?
But didn't you beat them back to back just around the World Cup period? Wasn't it?
That was when
match?
Yeah, that was at home, and that was when they were still under Super Frankie Lampard. When we beat them 4-1 in the cup and 3-1 in the league back to back at home, both games. But Chappy. But
how do you remember that stuff? I can't remember what happened last week.
Yeah, I'm saying
that's because I'm not. No, I won't finish that. But yeah, it's yeah. I think we've still got best. Like I said, we've got a good chance, but it doesn't mean that Everton are going to roll over and just let us take 3 points.
I think as well, like John alluded to, up until we've played awful against Aston Villa away. I don't think there's any discredit for a team like Everton there at the minute. And we lost 1-0 to Arsenal. Again, Everton weren't really in, but it is what it is. But apart from that, Everton have actually played well this season. We've just needed a striker to score goals. We arguably should have beat Fulham.
You've been so depressed. Now you're revising your history here.
And I am, and I still am, because I still don't think that the fact that the club is run as badly as it is, and the money coming into the club is as bad as it is, and obviously new investors we've had to take out a loan. Who's typing? Is that you typing?
Is that you, Chappie?
Yeah,
I'm just posting about us being nominated in the FCAs on Twitter and stuff. That's all.
Nice save.
That's all.
No.
I'll just mute me.
Just doing channel admin.
So look, I mean, the bigger picture at Everton isn't necessarily the problems on the pitch. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not great. You know, we could arguably say we should have 10 points rather than 4 points, but we are where we are. But our issues, board level, new owners, money coming into the club, the fact that, you know, administration potentially around the corner if more money doesn't come in, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, look, it's a shit show at Everton. It really is. There's no hiding behind it. But at least when you win a game of football, you've kind of got a smile on your face. But deep down, I'm still dead inside. This team needs, this board, this new ownership need to take this football club by the scruff of the neck and turn it into something that's not competing for relegation every season. And that's a long way away, in my opinion, at the minute.
You know what?
Yeah, you're going down,
right. Why have we got Mike and Jimmy up top here? You know, where the Forest guys should be. And we got poor Rich, and well, Chappie does deserve to be there. But yeah, good point, Nicky. Look, I'm dying. I'm dying to unleash everyone on poor Jimmy. I really am. We've got a new member.
Can I ask Mike a question first?
Wait, hold on. You can wait for Emma Jones. Apologies, I don't know whose channel it's gone to. I think it's
Love you, Emma.
Right. Oh, it's all this 777 takeover. The cash is now flowing in Everton, isn't it?
Yeah, one win and it's all a buzz.
The accumulators must have been really good. You know how much money did all Evertonians win?
I will see you at the FCA's, guys. I'm flying in via helicopter into the arena itself. See you there.
That's all that 777 money that's being put to good use.
It's at Anfield as well. Are you allowed to do that? Are you allowed to cross that picket line, mate?
No, I'm not. I'm not going. I'm zooming in.
All right. I'm going to come on to, once Chappie's done his admin work, I really want to see him and Mike take it out. But we can't. We've let Jimmy in here.
I want to ask Mike a question.
No, you can ask him in a minute.
Ask Mike
No. Jimmy.
Yes,
Jimmy.
I'm back. So I've done the admin.
All right, thanks. Fuck me, this is organized. All right.
Yeah, throw to
but we got, guys, can we just like rip Jimmy on this 8-0 yesterday? And how is your manager still in charge? Mr. Sickingbottom. Surely he should be sacking bottom, mate. What is going on with Sheffield United? And should we just give you the little badge now with the R?
No, we're not ready for that badge yet. Give us a couple of games. I don't know how he's still there, if I'm honest. I went on the ramble last night and ranted about it and lost some subs because of it. But I have to be honest, don't I? It's one of them things that, you know, I don't think you could recover from that. We've been in the games up until now. Everton, Mike will tell you we should have beat Everton. We were better than Everton on the day. Jordan Pickford, we bloody fell on the ball last minute. But you can talk about should have been on 10 points, should have been on 8 points, should have been on whatever. We're not. We've got 1 point in 6. And I've had confidence all the way through while we've been so tight in games. But yesterday, we were absolutely torn apart, and rightly so, by a very good Newcastle team. But we were woeful. And it's just shattered my confidence in this team because when you've got Jack Robinson at the back, then you're always going to have problems, aren't you? I know you Forest lads will know all about it. I'm just, well, you can have him back. I think, honestly, Chris Wilder is the man for me. Get Wilder in. I know a few of my lads and lasses might drop out of the chat for me saying that, but I think we need a change. You can't recover from an 8 zip. You just can't do it. How is he supposed to pick these players up and go again at West Ham? How do you do it? You can't.
The thing is, as well, with the Sheffield United result, in my opinion, look, 8-0's 8-0, and we've seen it before. And I don't mean to throw it back up. Mike, obviously, Southampton's done it. There's been loads of times where teams that have come up and just had a bit of a kick in. I don't necessarily think it's something to lose sleep over, especially when it's not like you were able to have the summer that you wanted, because there was all that change in ownership, if I'm not mistaken. There was issues behind Sheffield United that they couldn't bring in players that they wanted.
I get that. Honestly, we did start off slow. We did start off slow in transfer market, and there are reasons behind that. But no matter what team we put out, we put a very poor team out against Palace, which Rich will account for. They were much better than us on the day, and rightly so. But we have never been a team that's lost by more than 2, usually. Very rare that we lose more by 3. It's always very tight games with us. There were no fight in that team on yesterday. No fight, and that is the most frightening thing about it. We gave up, down tools, did not put up a fight, and that is what concerns me more, because we've never been like that as a club, and fan base won't accept it. So I can accept being beaten by a better team and better quality, because we're going to come up against that a lot in this league. But if we don't fight in these games, then a change is needed, because Chris Wilder
they've got to come back straight away, haven't they? They've got to come back straight away. The next game, they've got to show you something.
If we don't beat West Ham, or we don't have like a miracle, say we're 2-0 down and we come back 2-2 last minute where it's euphoric or whatever, if we don't get Summit at West Ham, he's got to go. I think he will go, if I'm honest. I think he'll be sacked if he don't get a win at West Ham at weekend. So,
I
was going to ask, were there signs of this happening, like this beating happening beforehand? Like, what do you feel was like backstage, like in the dressing room and stuff? Because you said that they just gave up and down tools. Like
the problem we've got, Rich, is like, for example, when Wilder was in charge, he recruited leaders. He'd buy like the player of the season from teams lower down. He'd buy like the captains of the teams lower down, and they'd cherry pick the better players. And if you look at our team now, I couldn't tell you who's captain material in our side. We've got one, and it's George Baldock, and he weren't fit to play. John Egan wears the armband. He's not a captain. He's been poor this season, if I'm honest. He's one of our better players usually. We haven't got the mentality now that we did have under Chris Wilder, for example. We've got probably better technical players, but when you haven't got the character behind that, then at this level you're going to get found out. Particularly, it's all right being a decent technical player. If you're coming up against very, very good technical players, you're knackered, aren't you? You've no chance. So. Yeah, I worry about it.
Let me get Chappie in on this, Jimmy. Let me get Chappie on it. Chappie,
yeah.
Has Jimmy got some kind of Chris Wilder goggles here? I mean, you're probably best placed to either set him straight or agree with him.
I was going to say, actually, to Jimmy, was Leicester turned Southampton over 9-0 a few years back. And I just thought I'd throw that in there.
Hello, mate. You're all right. How you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
To be fair, though, Ralph didn't lose his job, did he? After that, he stayed in, and didn't he turn things? He turned things around a little bit.
It did. We had 10
sure
players
he came
on the
back
pitch.
down.
Yeah, 10 players on the pitch, didn't we? 10
yeah,
players.
but didn't you come back? Didn't you come back to us the following season at our ground and beat us 1-0?
We beat you 2-1 with
whatever
10
it
players
was.
on the pitch.
But you come back with revenge, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Shane Long got sent off and we beat you 2-1. Yeah.
All right.
You only get 3 points.
All right, chill.
So
one more time.
We could bring last week's result, but we won't.
I'm ready.
So it's not all doom and gloom, Jeanette, is all I'm saying. It's not all doom and gloom, no matter how you feel right now. And thankfully, you didn't let another one in, because we still hold the best record for most away goals. Cheers, Mike. So, you know.
Well, can I ask Jimmy, actually, because obviously Bournemouth, we lost 9-0. I saw a comment saying that it was at home, it was away from home, it was at Liverpool.
It was at Anfield,
and that was another terrible game where I felt Scott Parker kind of set us up to lose, so that he could have a shout at the board and try and get them to spend a bit more money. And in the end, it wasn't the result that got him the sack. It was the fact that he went out on telly and basically said, "What do you expect me to do with these players?"
Yeah.
He cried.
He did.
And one of the comments was sort of like, "Well, this is going to happen." And quite a few Bournemouth fans have picked up on the fact that Heckingbottom said that in one of his post-match interviews, and it's like, you expect these results, and it's like, well, no, you should never expect to get that kind of a hammering. Particularly from, Newcastle is a team that is very much improving, but it's at home and it's against not one of the superpowers of the league. So, what is that something? Do you think that the comments that Heckingbottom made there is one of the reasons why a lot of you would like to see Heckingbottom out, because it's very reminiscent of Barker?
I would personally, and I went on my channel yesterday and I said I'd want him out. I'd want Eki out, and then it came out that he'd said this, and I watched the interview, and he's basically saying, "We expected this is going to happen in this league." What you expected us to lose, and he weren't saying he expected us to lose 8-0, but We expect to get battered every now and again and get his asses handed to us. I'm sorry, I don't expect that. Do you think my point to people, my subscribers and people that were watching me was, do you honestly think that Chris Wilder would have come out and said, we expect this to happen? It's going to happen every now and again. We've just got to dust ourselves off and go again. No, he'd be saying it's completely unacceptable. That will not happen again. If they put a performance in like that again, they're not going to play for my club. They want to fight for this badge. They want to fight for this shirt. It's same as every fan would want the manager to say, but he's just so blasé about everything. He's ecky, and I think, no, you've misread the situation completely. We've lost 8-0. It's a record-breaking loss at home. There were about six. There were about. I know, and you Forest boys are going to love this because I'm just ranting now. But there were about 6 of our players came around and clapped. About 6. Normally, it's every one of them. Eki didn't come out and clap. Eki didn't come out, and then Newcastle went over to their fans. All stood in a row, all players clapping, while all fans are giving them all this. Our players walked off. They'd taken our pitch. They took our pitch at home, and they were clapping their own fans. And I'm stood there in crowd because I was one of the 10,000 that stayed, and it was just embarrassing. It don't happen to us, this, and it hurt.
Did it hurt? Did it hurt?
It did hurt, mate, yeah. And I'll
Fair
give you
play for
that.
staying,
I'll
though.
give you that.
Did you
Can
cry?
I make 2 observations, just quickly? 2 observations.
Go for it.
Right, first one, not on Sheffield United. But Rich, when you've just took your screen off, a Man United badge popped up on me.
We saw it.
We saw that.
Yeah. What was that
My
about?
brother has stitched me right up.
on here.
Yeah. My brother. My brother.
Turn your camera off, Rich.
And then secondly,
Now.
Jimmy,
I've changed it now.
this is the first time I've met you, and I must say, mate, if every Sheffield United fan is as passionate as you are, because fair play, you're coming across really well, smashing it. No wonder you're doing so well as a new content creator. I've got to say, it's fans like you, and I always say this, it really adds value. Football players hearing what football fans like you think and say. You know, like we all saw the scenes the other week. Which team was it in Germany? Was it?
Yeah.
And the guy gets the mic and he speaks and addresses.
Yeah.
Was it
And you
Leon?
know what? I find it so powerful sometimes when a football, because we've done it. You know, you saw it last season at Everton. You know, you saw the smoke grenades, you saw the banners, you saw the chanting, the cheering, the showing, the coaching. And some people will say it's sad, it's pathetic, or whatever. But you know what? It comes across to the players, and give me fair play to you, mate. And I think as long as you guys,
Thank you, mate.
all support like that in the right way, at least the fans are fighting. And that, as soon as the fans lose it, the club's finished. It'll go down. But you're fighting, mate.
Just don't go Ajax way and start, sort of terrorising the stadium.
Yeah, don't do that.
Although based on that, I don't know how Everton have stayed up the last few seasons.
I just love how Mike said, yeah, like
It
all the
works.
fans. You saw us last year all get together chucking in the grenades, man. I was like, no wonder. It was like, stay up or we'll kill you, basically. That's what you were saying there, Mike.
Yeah.
To be honest, but that's all we want, though, innit, lads? To be fair, I mean, listen, I'm not trying to harness a big loving or anything like that because we'll all go for each other in a minute. But that's all you want from your team is your players and your manager to show a bit of passion about what you're doing. And if you're struggling, it don't matter if you're well beaten or whatever it is. If manager comes out, like Chris Wilder would have come out and said that is not a Sheffield United performance, and I'm embarrassed by it. You can say that it's not going to affect your job. It's everybody can see how embarrassing an 8-0 is. Don't say, we expected these sort of results every now and again. We'll dust ourselves off and go again at West Ham. Go again and do what? How are you going to pick these players up? There's no leaders in that dressing room. There's not a Billy Sharp in there that's going to say, lads, this is not the Sheffield United way. This is not how we do it. We need to up our game here. There's no leaders and we are in big trouble. That's why I'm so concerned about Eki.
And I agree with that, Jimmy. That's such a defeatist mindset to come out and say, yeah, we expect this, And I'm saying that, I tell you what, and I'm not saying that it may have changed the course of the game, but that first goal that you conceded was an absolute farce. I'm sorry, I would have thrown my TV on the ground if that was, that Anthony Gordon's handballed it. He's handballed it.
I could make a case for the first 2 goals, to be honest. But
yeah, it wasn't a foul.
The problem is, when the first 2 goals have gone in, heads have gone down, and we never fought after that. We were defeated, and that is not how we play. So, and if once you beat, you beat. We can't blame anybody else but ourselves for that. Yet, first goal, we're very unlucky to be given. But I think we can all sort of say, being the smaller clubs in the league, and I include the Forest boys in that, and Everton at the minute. But we're going to get decisions go against us against the bigger teams. That we all feel like that sometimes, don't we? But that were atrocious. But we were. I'm not blaming that at all for how we were yesterday. We were awful. Absolutely
some smirks
awful.
going on, some smirking going on.
It's a little weird at the moment, Jimmy. You're kind of making the guys in the chat feel a bit weird. They seem to be taking to you and then remembering you're a Sheffield United fan. And I think they're feeling mixed emotions. How are you feeling about Jimmy at the moment? Let us know in the comments. There's a few interesting ones coming in. I've just got a couple of members to shout out, and they're all going to Everton Mike right now. Clearly, every Everton fan who put a bet on Everton to win must have got good odds against Brentford. And then we're paying Mike now. Emma and Steve and Andy. Congratulations, Mike. You will eat and have electricity tonight. Quick shout out from the FFTV side to Nikki with the 199 for the FFTV team representing. Thank you, Nikki. And to Brandon as well. Licking button, blagging the loss, says Brandon with the £2. Yeah. Appreciate it, bro. Okay, I just want to pivot slightly and talk about the heads up beef, because we've had a head-to-head match in the last week or so between Mike and Chappie in the the relevant league that is the Championship. Mikey, what is going on with Southampton? You started off with all these hopes, and then you're losing to Leicester, mate.
Listen, this relevant league thing that you're talking about is what you were stuck in for 27 years. Thank you very much.
Living in the past, mate.
Sorry?
Not now.
Stop living in the past, mate. We're in the now, in the present.
Don't count your chickens yet. You're not safe yet. Right.
Is that why you keep going on about your 2 European Cup wins? Because you're not living in the past?
Listen, can I put it out here now? Wolverine doesn't represent my views, okay? The history of your club is the most important thing that you can have.
Neutral.
I congratulate Lee with that Premier League win time after time. Say never let anybody discount it. You deserved it. It's magnificent achievement, as was our European Cups. Anybody on here would swap their pasts with ours. Anybody? Because hands up if you've won 2 consecutive European Cups.
We don't have a past, unfortunately, so it's nothing to swap.
I look forward to the future then, can't you?
I'll have to ask the great granddad if he were around at the same time you won them. I'll see what we were doing around that time.
Listen, Sonny, I was at both European Cup finals. It's in my lifetime, mate. I was at both, okay? So to me...
You're not that old, Dan. You're not that old.
Anyway,
all the hard work. I've just done it. I've just put all the hard work in 2 comments.
I think I rustled a few feathers here.
Yeah, you have rustled a few. You have. No, I'm not a jinxery. Sorry. Let's get Mike. Right, you tell us about this game with the clowns that were Leicester, mate. What happened, mate? I had high hopes for you at the start of the season. You were happy shocking. You hadn't lost those players, and then
20 seconds.
Was it as much as that? It was absolutely shocking. I mean, I thought going down we'd be at least winning some more games, but when you got a record like Southampton, it's utterly horrendous. I think since 2017 when Claude Puel got sacked, we have won a total of 36 games at home in the league in that entire period. So you want to talk to me about depressing home atmosphere? That is it right there.
What year was that?
Listen, there's nothing depressing, more depressing. There's nothing more depressing being under Claude Puel. Claude Puel, nothing more depressing.
Well, we finished 8th in the table and sacked him because we were bored of his football.
So were we.
The absolute irony. So yeah, it's been shocking. We haven't got a single point in the month of September. We're probably going to go throughout the entire month without a single point because I can't see us getting anything against Leeds, who are able to keep a clean sheet, and we're not scoring anything. The fact that we've basically conceded on average 3 goals in the last 4 games is shocking. We've had 4 losses on the bounce. We're about to get 5 losses on the bounce. I have 0 hopes. The only hope I've got is the fact that we are going to probably survive in the Championship.
Is this the depression you were talking about earlier, Wolverine? Is this the depression you wanted? Is this the depression you wanted?
I've missed this. I feel bad because I want to see what you two back up so we can take the piss out of you next season. But are you serious, Mike? You could go down. Where are you in the league? No. I genuinely haven't looked.
We're bottom. We're bottom of the mid-table. 15th, yeah. We are closer to relegation than we are to automatic.
In the Championship. I haven't kept up for 2 years.
Yeah.
How many teams are there
now? I had no idea.
That squad's decent, though. That's
relegation. Not bad. Pretty good for you guys.
It's a terrible manager. That's all you've got. Yeah. Once you sack Martin, once you decide to sack him, which you will, then you'll turn your season, I think. It's just whether you leave it too late or not.
Yeah, there's massive division in the dressing room already. He's lost a lot of the players. Charlie Araquez apparently isn't playing because he can't speak English. It's loads of stupid stuff like that that's going on at the moment. So,
can I ask you a question about Southampton? I'm just looking at the team. How is Sulemana not starting games in the Championship? Is there something behind that?
He doesn't know the system as well as others. That's it. That's literally
it's just a cop out, and it's honestly I'm looking at this Southampton team with both Armstrongs. With both Armstrongs. We've got the fantastic Mason Holgate at right back. What are you?
You owe me a pub for that player. That is. Oh my word!
I'm not his agent. Do you know what's worse? Do you want to know what's worse about that? Is we had to negotiate with Southampton how much of his £72,000 a week contract we were going to pay.
72 grand a week.
Wait, is he on loan or has he been sold?
He's on loan.
He's on loan.
Yeah.
We were linked
with a defender that can't look behind him. He's absolutely shocking. Shocking.
You'd have signed him and not got him in 25, wouldn't you? That's all that happened there, to be fair. A bit like Lewis O'Brien.
Don't get me started on Lewis O'Brien, mate. Don't.
Who's your top goal scorer at the minute, Mike? Who's your top goal scorer?
Hey,
Shea Adams?
No, Shea Adams.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh dear.
How many has he got?
3.
Wasn't he going to Everton? He was, wasn't he, Mike?
Yep.
Couldn't afford him.
I think it's Adam Armstrong.
What's he worth? A bag of knickknacks? Seriously, how can't you afford that?
Yeah, we couldn't afford him.
I think the deal you got for better.
We almost got Che Adams at one point. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I think the best deal of the summer was Brentford going and you like plugging Mopé over to Brentford.
What a signing that is for Brentford, though. Top player.
I tell you what was amazing about that, because I remember I think there was a Brentford game on telly, or there was I can't. It was something like that, and Brentford were playing not long after they bought Maupay, and Maupay's sat in the stands, and who happened to be next to him but Nathan Jones? And I was like, what on earth is he doing sat with a Brentford player? Is he joined their coaching team for some reason? But no, apparently when you're a manager, you just get rights to be able to just get a ticket to basically any game you want and can just sit in the stand and watch it.
You know, John,
although I say manager, I use the term manager very loosely.
Very loosely, I was going to say. Would you take him back, Mike?
No, I'm all right, thanks. Yeah, no, we can
take COVID back at this rate. Flipping out.
Yeah, no.
That's a quote.
Wow. Wow. We really are delving deep, aren't we, tonight, boys? I take COVID back. Wow.
I've still got my question for Mike.
That's tickled me.
What's the question? Because I know you were waiting to ask me what's it.
Yeah. The
this
question
is going to be groundbreaking. God, it's built up. Hold on, Ant. Hold on. Let me build it up. Ant's been dying to ask this question for 20 minutes now, right? Everyone in the chat, sit down. grab your drink. This is the question of the night incoming. I'm ready for it. I'm excited.
Thank you for that build-up. Thank you for that build-up. It's bound to be a
Wait.
letdown.
Before you do, quick shout out. I think this is for Jimmy. Sorry. I'm building it up more. $5 Canadian. The Blades are staying up. Congratulations on your award nomination, Jimmy. You deserve it.
Thanks, Mr.
And guys
V.
in the chat, make sure you vote for Jimmy for the best newcomer and vote for Beat the Drop next best Premier League podcast. ! Vote in the chat. We'll give you a link in the command to go straight there. Right, build up complete and do it.
You know, I have a slight agenda against Diceball. It is like the Darth Vader of football. Are you still happy with the way he likes to play football, and do you think it would be successful over the course of the season?
Was that it?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Mike's face. Mike's fucking face.
The answer to that is I'm not happy. The answer is I'm not happy after 5 games not winning one. But he did surprise me beating Brentford, and we have been better than results suggest. However, I don't. It's difficult this season to judge it because I don't give a toss what sort of football we play as long as we stay in the Premier League. Ask me the same question next season. No. When we're losing games of football and we're not scoring goals, I want to see us attack more, which Sean Dyche is not known for. If you ask me, when Everton are stable and in the new stadium and hopefully a Premier League team, if Sean Dyche's football is the answer, it is not the answer. It is not. Can he cope? But this season, if he happens to be the man that sees us through to the end of the season, which there's a lot of Everton fans know that I think he probably won't be the manager at the end of the season, then...
Is that in the know shit you're doing there? The way you kind of looked into the camera, was that a little in the know, or is that just your opinion?
No, there's no in the know here. I do not know anyone at Everton Football Club.
You kind of gave some smoky eyes there when you said it.
Summarising, you're saying, fucking hell, I hate this shit football, but we're going to have to put up with it if it keeps us up.
That's it. That is it. Spot on, Ant. That's it.
Ant's talking from experience.
He should have just answered his own question.
Yeah, well, fucking two. Look, honestly, look, all of you predicted Everton would go down this season, and as it stands right now, if the season ended today, we're not going down. However, we've won once. We've won once in 6. So I'm not counting my chickens. I'm not dotting my I's and crossing my T's. We get some more results. We stay up. Happy days. If we start going shit show 20th, 19th, 18th, and there's a bit of a gap forming, he's got to go. So I don't give a toss about the football. Just stay in the Premier League.
To be fair, Mike, I don't care how he keeps last season. I said I don't care how he keeps up this season, but next season it's got to change. We've got to be more progressive because it's been the football last season was dreadful. So,
and have you noticed that in Cooper?
I think I actually do believe he is trying to implement a more progressive type of football, and the players we've bought suggest that as well.
Yeah.
You have certainly been sticking to pretty darn similar to what you were doing last season, though, haven't you?
Yeah, but
the hell of a lot of sit back and try and do
our away. Listen, I don't mind Cooper playing low block against Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, and Liverpool when it comes. I don't mind him playing low block. I mean, come on, let's be realistic. We're not at that level. However, when we're playing with no disrespect intended, Bournemouth at home, I don't want to see us playing low block.
Just let me interrupt for 1 second because Rich has to say his goodbyes. Rich, we love you, bro. I think you got shoot off to another show, haven't you?
Man U playing? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, are you going on to Man U channel or is it a Palace show? Or what's going on?
It's a bit more of just depression. That's what it is. Listen, first things first, apologies for being late. Childcare stuff. Like my daughter's finished gymnastics at 8 o'clock. Trying to change the day for that. Also, guys, listen, lads, unbelievable achievement with the FCAs as well.
Yep.
This shows it's unreal. and let's keep it going, 100%. And it's obviously nice to meet you as well, Jimmy, and all the best with
you
your
too, pal.
nomination too.
Thank you, mate.
Apart from that,
You're a big fan, my friend.
I know, but I'm in such a dull, boring. Oh, we're so crap. Listen, big up everyone. I got to shoot off though, but keep
We'll
voting,
see you
guys.
next time,
Vote,
Richie.
and vote.
Good night.
See you
See you
later.
later, Richie.
So yeah.
Sorry, but yeah, Garnett, sorry. I just know he had to leave there, so I was kicking him off. Well, he has. Am I kicking you off? You got it, Rich. You good? You good?
He's good.
All right, fuck off.
Oh look, I'm bottom.
Oh,
Go on, sorry.
It should be the other mic.
Yeah. I think I've done.
Well, we want it like that. Should we put this in order of hierarchy then?
Holy shit! I didn't
Yeah,
know you
do
could
it.
actually change around.
Is this on
Yeah,
goal
okay.
difference?
Go like, hold on, how would this work?
Do it.
Uh,
What's the league table? Where we're Everton?
That's how you
So
should
it'll
do
go,
it.
and it'll go something like this, would it not?
One
Slowly
more
but
thing.
surely,
There you go.
Jimmy's working his way down, man.
Oh, are we above Bournemouth? Oh, sound.
He knows he's
You-
won
you're
one
one-
game, but he don't know where he is in the table.
You are 1 point above us, Mike. Very good. Well done.
Thanks,
Jimmy, how
mate.
many
Appreciate
points do
it.
you want?
Eddie,
Mike, you make me piss.
Jimmy, how many points are you on?
Next question.
Seriously, how many? Seriously.
One.
Is it one?
One. Yeah.
Mike, how many are you on?
Which mic?
Mate,
Everton. I mean,
4.
Mike, you're already safe then, mate. They're not going to get to 4. Foul, man.
We should have beat
Up the
Everton. We
toffees.
should have beat Everton.
Up the toffees on 4 points. Up the toffees.
Serious question, Jimmy. How many points do you reckon you're gonna be able to put together this season? Just so we know
40.
what our minimum expectations should be as the rest of us.
The magical 40. That's what I'm going for. No, it depends. To be honest, I can give you an Eki in and an Eki out answer, so it's up to you.
Do both?
If we keep Eki, I think Derby's record is in trouble.
No,
you must get
No.
Nah, no chance.
Get the hashtag trending.
No.
Up the blades.
No, I think to be honest, I think we'll struggle if we keep Eki. We might get 30 points. If we do make the change, which I think we will. I think we will if we continue to struggle. I think we've every chance. I think particularly if Wilder comes in, I think he galvanises us.
You're
I ain't being funny, mate. Last time Wilder was at Sheffield United, they were beatable for up until March that year. So I mean, why not?
Listen,
And then it all fell
they're
apart
laughing,
the
they're
following
laughing,
year.
but we'll see. We shall see, won't we, boys? It's a short memories in football. How's Gibbs White's neck? By the way, I was just worried about him the other week. From
it's an brace. It's an embrace.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah. He looked like he were really bad.
Are you salty about Gibbs White? Are you salty? What's more salty, that he came to
Oh.
Forest or that he missed the pen? Which one is it?
I'm more salty that you nick our best players, which really sticks in my craw. Dean Henderson is a blade, and he were forced to go to Forest, and thankfully he didn't want to make the move permanent. But
Funny
one of them
enough,
things, isn't
Jimmy,
it?
Dean Henderson was
He's
very
sat on
much
the
a
bench
red
at
when he
Palace
was with
now.
us. Isn't that weird?
He's paid to say that, though, isn't he? He's paid to say that. He came back to us twice, so.
Is there a mild rivalry between Forest and the Blades then?
It's not mild.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
It's hatred. It's hatred.
It's a bit
Yeah, it's
spicy.
a hatred
Is
thing.
that genuine, or is that like you
no,
guys
it's
making
genuine.
this?
Yeah, it's getting worse year on year, to be honest.
It depends how
So-
old you are, innit?
So
Since we
why?
beat him in playoffs in
Well, yeah,
2003.
where's this come from? Where's
For
this
me,
come
it's
from?
2003 when they cheated with that wanker Warnock.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking.
And
what
as I
was that
mentioned
guy
earlier,
what's the guy called? Was it Brown? That prick Brown
Yeah,
diving
Michael
for the
Brown.
penalty.
Michael Brown,
Yeah.
legend. Yeah.
Brown.
Oh, what a penis he
not
was.
that we
man.
hold grudges.
What a player. What a player he
So
was.
I go back to there with them. I guess the younger generation probably. Well, I'm 21. What am I talking about? But yeah, obviously the playoff semis, and there's been some needle games in between that as well.
And
And
to
then
be
there were
fair,
that
to be fair,
ridiculous
they're the only
Brilliant.
localist team that are in the Premier League, aren't they? They're probably the closest.
Wait, what about Leicester? Oh wait, no, Shelby's on the joke.
I did look at Cappy when I was thinking, like, oh no.
Yeah, but the
There
thing
was
is,
so much shade was thrown there for no reason towards Chappie.
We will be.
He's there for a history lesson, and he gets slammed with a spade.
Listen,
we
will be
Mikey,
fucking back. We will be back, and you know it. You know we're coming back.
Leicester will win that league. Leicester will walk that league, no doubt about it.
Yeah,
we will be back.
Well done.
Yeah, but the problem is, Chappie, when you come back, you're going to try and create rivalries. No one cares about Leicester. Like, if Sheffield United stayed up, miracle if they would, right?
I would. What you saying off camera?
Beat them than you. I hate them more.
Thing is, Chappie, have you got 300 million to spend?
Yeah,
Chappie,
it's very true.
Have you got 300 million to spend on 50 players when you get promoted?
Yeah, that is the problem.
That's what you need to do, isn't it? I mean, you'll bin 20 of them off and never play them, but I think that's what you need to do to survive, isn't it?
It's true. He's not.
Mate, those 20 we binned off.
You're not lying.
Would make your first team, mate. You'd then walk in. Hold on, I'm neutral here, and you should be talking.
Yeah, we'll do alt scouting. We'll do alt work. We'll bring them on as players, and then you'll buy them when they've passed the peak. I think that tends to be it. How's Gibbs White's season going? Is he still as good as he was?
Fucking hell.
Shit.
Is he? Oh, right. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, but I said that before he came, mate.
No, Agent Gibbs White missed a penalty on purpose, but other than that,
fortunately, we can afford to chuck 40 million down the pan. It don't matter to us because we.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can, and that's real sportsmanship. That's what it's all about, really.
Look at the blades chopping trees down here. Blades are chopping the forests down. What's going on?
Sadly,
Chappie's probably taking the woman to
We've
Jimmy,
taken
man.
some of yours, pal. That previous comment, we've got Ben Osborne and Jack Robinson. No more, thank you. Don't want any more of your drop.
Joe Worrell's on his way, mate. Joe Worrell's on his way.
I'll take Joe Worrell all day long, unfortunately. That's where we are. So
yeah,
you want Chris Wood? You want Chris Wood?
Yeah, take Chris Wood. I will, yeah. Yeah. Who else have you got? To be honest, you've got 2 Premier League teams, haven't you? To be fair, you know, half of them you don't play.
Have you seen our midfield options these days? Fucking hell, it's embarrassing. Sangare, Mangala, even Yatesy, Dominguez.
I like
Santos.
Oh, Danilo.
How many minutes have you seen those last?
Danilo.
I even Danilo. But why? Why so many fucking players? It don't make sense.
Because we can.
Because they like shiny things, or the boss does anyway.
The dancing
John, how can you talk?
John,
how many players did you buy this window?
Not 8 or 9.
So you did more than that.
15. That's
13.
How many did you buy last season?
One again.
30 last year.
So you bought 45 players in 18 months.
Yeah, but we've given some away. We've given some away.
Yeah, no.
And what's your anybody?
One of them we loaned out straight away, and one of them was already at the club anyway.
Wait, John, you're chatting shit. You were not 8. How many did you buy? Seriously?
9.
In the last 12 months, how many have you bought?
In the last 12 months, that's a second window.
I don't care. I'm changing the rules. Last 12 months.
Nobody's
getting close to the first question, so you're changing it to get a different answer.
No one's getting close to 44, and you've wasted 150 million of it. It's ridiculous. How did Jesse Lingard get on?
Hang on a sec. Who's wasted 150 million?
You. How much have you spent?
Why is it wasted? We're in the Premier League, mate. We're a lot of far up the table than you, and I tell you something, we'll finish above you. So why is it wasted?
You will finish above. You will.
But why spend 150 million to take part?
Because you've spent a quarter.
You're going to spend 150 million. You want to be challenging.
Chappie, shut up.
We've spent about £3.50. That's the difference. We've spent about a fiver.
You're going down.
How much did you pay for Hamer? Or Haber, whatever his name is, the Coventry guy.
That's a trade. We sold Sander Berger, and we got Hamer in to replace him. We've spent the only money we've spent is on Cameron Archer.
Where's this come from? Where's this? Hang on a second. I need to say something here. Where's this come from? The fact that the top football teams don't spend more than anybody else. It's been like that since
I didn't say anything about the top football teams.
Like that.
I didn't say anything about the top football teams. I'm talking about foreign.
Yeah, what about the top football team compared to you? You're fucking mob.
Jimmy, you smell Ryan straight away. I absolutely love it.
This is beat the drop. This isn't race to Europe.
Mate, you're going down. You're going down. We're not.
Oh,
we're not.
No.
Yeah, but we're not. Would you rather, let me ask you this question in all seriousness. Would you rather spend 100 million without getting yourself into financial issues? Would you rather spend 100 million and stay up or spend out and go down? Which would you rather do? Be honest.
It depends how you're building your club. If you're willing to take it on chin that you're probably going to get docked 10 points either this season or
We're
next.
not going to get any. Where's that come from?
Yeah.
You think our manager, who's an extremely astute businessman, is going to get himself into point docking situation?
Potentially.
Oh, what does that mean? Potentially. I mean, come on, guys.
If you
let's be honest. We're all jealous of Man City having the money that they can spend. We're all jealous of other teams that can spend
How
that
much have
money.
Man City wasted, though? How much money have Man City? Do you honestly
Why
think
do you
you're
keep
a
saying we
well-run
wasted
club?
it? Why do you keep saying we wasted it? Staying in the Premier League is worth a lot of money. That's what counts. Staying in the Premier League.
You spent 250 million to save 150 million.
This is a project going forward. Have you seen the ages of our players? Have you seen the ages of our players? This is a project going forward.
Yeah, which ones? Which players? Which of the 44 are you talking about?
I'm talking about Amad Bailey.
How old's Jesse Lingard? What were Jesse Lingard's retail value?
About Morgan Gibbs-White. I'm talking about
Morgan Gibbs-White, who you've just said is
I'm
shite.
talking about Murillo from Brazil.
I'm
talking about Danilo. Shall I go on?
You've just said Morgan Gibbs-White shite.
Yeah, I know, but he was. Let me tell you something about Morgan Gibbs-White, right? Let me Let me tell you about Morgan Gibbs-White, right? I personally don't rate the guy that highly. But you listen to any pundits after any Forest match, and the first player they go on about is Morgan Gibbs-White and how brilliant he is and what a player he's going to be.
Yeah, you're right.
They did
it at weekend as well when he got Rodri sent off.
Hang on, you've had your say. I shall promise you that, my friend. He will be playing for England, right? And when a player plays for England, you sell him for a lot of money. So he ain't going to be a drain on us.
Can Jimmy come back?
I think there's too much to go on, to be honest. Do you honestly think you're a well-run club? This is a serious question. Do you think you're well-run as a business?
Yes.
Elaborate, please.
What actual evidence have you got to suggest that we're not a well-run club?
What were your end-of-year accounts like?
I can answer that. I can answer it. Sorry, isn't the bonus payments haven't been paid yet to players?
No.
And now he's right.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're well run. You're a well run club. Don't say that. You're well run.
Sorry.
No, let me ask you a question.
Chipping in.
How much did Morgan Gibbs-White cost Forest? How much?
Who cares? I'd say 25, rising to 40.
You can't say who cares when he's saying he's cost all this money and you're going to go into liquidation because of it.
44.
No, he wasn't 44. Don't be silly.
He's
one of the
44.
And he said he's one of 44.
24 million. The rest is in bonuses, like if we win the European Cup, etc.
Which they don't get paid.
Vouchers for the club shop. That's what it is.
Exactly. Which don't get paid. So it's cost us 24 million. Do you honestly believe we couldn't sell Morgan Gibbs-White for a profit right now?
Of course you could.
Now, we could sell him for a profit.
How much are you selling Jesse Lingard for?
We didn't buy Jesse Lingard.
You did.
You paid him about 300 grand a week.
He came on a free transfer. We didn't buy him.
His wages then.
Good money well spent, then, isn't it? Money well spent.
It's like
let's pick out one player. Let's pick out Jesse Lingard. Okay, yeah, he was a disaster.
Is Chris Woodworth 20 million?
Not for me, but he scored against Manchester City. Hang on. He scored against Manchester City, and he also scored the fucking winning goal against you, mate. The fucking winning goal.
Don't get shirty. Don't get shirty.
I'm not shirty, mate. I'm just pulling your leg. Whoever said that.
This is so intense. John started growing hair again.
I've got to be honest with you guys.
It
was getting a little
I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry, mate.
It was getting a little bit, your club's really nice and your club's really nice. That's not what this is about. This is about giving it.
I agree with that. It's all good, mate. It's all a bit of banter, innit?
To be fair, Jimmy.
John, to answer your question, mate. John, to answer your question, pal. Yes, it is a real rivalry.
Oh yeah, no, I knew that because the fact that I'd spoken to Wolfie a few times in the last few weeks, and I was surprised at the vitriol that just the name Sheffield United brought out of his mouth, which was very surprised.
I'm neutral. I'm neutral, mate. I'm neutral.
Yeah, you're about as neutral as that.
What's the neutral name sound like?
Club symbol in the corner of your screen. Yeah, Dora, Jimmy, it's just you're catching up on all the shit that we were giving these guys last season for their transfer window.
Jimmy, I warned you once to beat the drop, mate. You've slotted right in.
Yeah, I weren't here for that. I can't take credit for that.
You've slotted right in, mate. Just quick shout out to Martin. Loving the banter. Top banters, lads. FFTV, come on, you Reds. 199. Thanks so much, Martin. Mikey Everton, you're not getting away with it. Because Nikki asked the question, I can't believe I forgot. How are you guys not been docked points yet with your FFPBS?
Well, we don't know. The hearing's in October, so we don't know anything could happen. And this is why it was making me laugh about talking about well-run clubs, because I can happily sit here and say we are not a well-run club. We are the epitome of what you don't do. So don't follow our suit, which is spend 500 million, 700 million pound and basically not really get anything for it. So yeah, we'll find out this month, mate. We'll find out in October. It could be end of October. You find out Everton have got a transfer embargo, points deduction, massive fine, slap on the wrist. Don't know. Anything can happen.
Can you potentially be? Can that turn into being sued by other clubs as well? That
yeah.
How do you boys feel about it?
That'd be interesting.
I'm looking forward to Sheffield United. Not Sheffield United. Sorry. I didn't mean to say. Don't come for me, Jimmy. It was a joke. I didn't mean it. Leicester.
What's the next one? No.
Leicester, Southampton, Norwich. All of these teams that have come down over the last 2 years, they're all going to be pointing shots at Everton.
Leeds, yeah.
Leeds, Burnley,
Leeds, yeah.
Shit. So what do you boys reckon? Statman John, you're usually good with these things, yeah. What's the outcome going to be here? You probably researched it. You probably
like our legal department.
He's drawn it on his blackboard in front of him, isn't he? It's all written out.
No, I honestly have no idea. I haven't looked into it enough. I'm disappointed. It is one of those things that the thing is Everton, it depends on how big the points deduction is, but the fact that there's never been a points deduction in the Premier League before, has there?
True.
No.
It's never happened in the history of the Premier League. I mean, it obviously would have happened in the old First Division at some point, I'd imagine. But to be fair, I had Everton just about staying up, just ahead of Wolves, who also haven't had the greatest start of things.
And
so
Burnley
far.
and Luton.
But with a points deduction, I don't know, that doesn't automatically knock Everton out. It just depends how big the deduction is. If it's 10 points, then I'd be very worried. But if it was 5 or 6, then I don't know, they might be able to scrape out of that. It'll be very close though.
What they'll do?
They don't get one.
What they'll do, because you've got to think about this, lad. What they'll do is because Everton's is the first punish to be watched and adjudicated. Man City are still going through the same process. So whatever they do to Everton, they have to follow suit. So if they give Everton a points deduction,
agreed.
If they give Everton a 10-point deduction, they can give Manchester City a 10-point deduction, and they probably still win the league, if not finishing the Champions League.
True.
So trust me. Everton fans are right to be worried. My hope is that it's an in-transfer embargo and a fine, but who knows, mate? Who knows?
Mike, if Everton did get relegated, would it be the worst thing in the world? Seriously, that's a genuine question. Or
I think
there's an opportunity to rebuild.
You'd be
the biggest club in the Championship, wouldn't you?
Probably, but I mean, the problem you've got, Anne, is we've got all of this infrastructure, and without sounding, because Everton have never been relegated, none of the players have got relegation clauses in the contract.
How many times you said that in the last year, mate?
No, and that's the problem. That is the problem. So if Everton do go down, it's
easily solvable, mate. Don't worry, you're on the course for it this year.
Yeah, well, and the problem is, if we go down, we've got all these financial repercussions behind us. We've got a stadium to fund. We've got £400 million of debt. we're in big trouble if we go down, because the commercial revenues are nowhere near the Premier League. So trust me, if we go down, I actually don't know what would happen. We would be finished. We would be finished. I don't even think Everton would have the assets to get us out of bankruptcy. It would be that bad.
Yeah,
we'll take Ghana back off you for $5 million.
Down fire sale, mate. Make it 50p, yours.
Probably. Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is that you can't look at Everton going down as you can't look at Everton going down as one of the sort of like. Okay, Southampton might be a bad example with the position they're in, but like say Leicester going down, or when Bournemouth went down, it's just each of those clubs were in a position where maybe they'd overspent a little bit, but they could make 3 sales as Bournemouth did, and they were in the black immediately and sort of consolidated and then went again. Everton are so far in the red that selling their entire squad isn't going to make up. And then bringing in players on massive cheap, they'll still be in the red. They'll still be struggling for money.
Even with parachute payments.
This isn't like the average of relegation. This would be like when Leeds went down, when they went a double relegation. When Portsmouth went down, they went through a double relegation.
Yeah,
like they really struggled.
Nice one, John. I like that.
Even Mike's smiling. What do you think of that, Mike?
Portsmouth double relegation, but I'm going to shut up now because that could happen.
Oh yeah, bring up.
Mike, you're not in a bad financial way, are you, Southampton-wise? Because
we got loads of money.
You pulled Chelsea's pants down quite a bit.
Yeah.
So you've had the parachute payment, but you're going to be okay, aren't you? Tell me.
Yeah,
okay,
we'll be fine financially. We're absolutely fine financially. But the ultimate plan would be, get promoted in the first time of asking and have suddenly all this money to then spend on whatever we want, because FIFA Fair Play kind of looks fantastic on our books. So, but yeah, we just need to get the results in so that we can actually do that. But it's a worry at the moment. But yeah, no problems money wise. Points wise, that's a problem.
I honestly came on here thinking that you two would have had a little banter, but congratulations, Chappie, you beat Mikey, but we're first and second, all's going well. Yeah, to my shock, I find out poor sorry Mike is chat's gonna be heartbroken hearing this, Mike. Seriously heartbroken. And then you got these scummy foxes. What's going on?
Got a couple of people that gotta go.
I've got to go. I've got to put the little one to bed.
Little one to bed, yeah. Go on, mate.
I'm running out. I'm running out time.
See you next week.
Jimmy, pleasure to meet you, guys. I'll see you next week, John. John, I still love you, mate. I still love you, John. Don't you worry about that,
Mike. Absolutely.
All right, we'll wrap it up as well for tonight's episode. Sorry, I just got caught up catching with the guys and just realized the time. Please don't forget to vote for us on the FCA Awards. Thank you all for nominating us, and make sure you vote Jimmy as Best New Content Creator as well.
Well done, Jimmy. Well done, Jimmy.
It's a cracking debut. I think the chat have taken to you. I don't know if we should put you and Ant too near each other on the screen.
I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see.
The rest of you boys,
subscribe to the Ramble,
absolute pleasure. Make sure you. Sorry, Jimmy.
You can subscribe to the Ramble if you want. I'm not going to stop anybody doing that. If they're a new friend.
Absolutely. Go give Jimmy some help back. If you think Ant did a poor job, go give Jimmy some help back. Him, John, Mikey, Chappie, Mike, Rich, all the links as always are in the description. Give everyone some love there. We'll see you on the next episode of Beat You the Drop. Come on, you Reds, but I'm neutral.